Howdy, everybody. It's your pal Misty. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. It is time for our Thursday night live stream. Thank you all for being here this evening. I really appreciate it. Sorry, I was running a little bit late. But hello, Cheryl. Happy Thursday to you. Hello, Mary. Hello, Mama. Oh, yeah, take Molly out to potty. Mary got stuck behind 3 trains and everything. Oh, it's dinner time to Sharia. I understand. I will be having dinner after this. Dinner there for you too, Mama? Swiss steak with roast cauliflower and broccoli. Swiss steak. What is Swiss steak, Mama? Is it like a steak with a gravy? Hey, Lori, thanks for being here. And thanks for saying you're excited. I'm always glad when other people are excited for the live stream, not just me. um, so yeah, thanks for being here. It's Thursday. It's been a good week so far. It is finally feeling like spring here in Texas. We're in what is now my new favorite time of the year where I can wear shorts and like a long sleeve, one of these light shirts, which convert into short sleeve shirts. Is great. So if it gets colder at night, I just pull my sleeves down and I'm fine. Or like this morning on our walk, I just pulled my sleeves down. And then if I get hot, I just pull my sleeves up. And these shirts are actually really great they help keep you cold when you're hot and help keep you hot when you're cold. They're kind of weird, but I love them. They're those fishing and hunting shirts, like the Magellan shirts. I have different brands that I've gotten from Sam's Club as well, but I like them a lot. Oh, steak and a tomato gravy. Enjoy it. It's probably not too bad if you put it on top of the rice, cauliflower, and broccoli. Well, I don't know about the broccoli. I don't know. It makes me think of beef and broccoli. I like beef and broccoli on rice. So that could be good. I don't know, Mom. That doesn't. I'm not a gravy person. For anyone who may be new here who is not aware, your pal Misty, I don't appreciate gravy of any sort really that I can think of because you've then changed the texture of the food and I'm a texture person. So anyway, I hope y'all have had a great week. It's been really fun for me because my best friend Amy she's finally feeling better after her surgery and starting the new year and everything. So she's been coming to Fit Squad. Well, not Fit Squad, but she's been coming to boot camp workouts on Monday and Wednesday. And then we've been walking on Tuesdays and Thursdays for like the last month, a little over a month. We started a little after the first of the year. But we're back to doing projects, which woohoo! We love a project. Oh, Mike has to have cheese sauce on broccoli. I get it. I like cheese sauce on broccoli. I also approve of that. I could see maybe where a tomato base on it with beef and rice could be good though too. But hey, Marcy, thanks for joining. Marcy's out there crushing it. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm trying to open this water here. Let's see. What do we have? Strawberry watermelon. I've had it before. But that's what we're having tonight. Oh no, what was I talking about? Something unimportant. Oh, the week projects. It wasn't unimportant, in fact. It's quite important. Well, not really, but so last year when I moved into this apartment, a bunch of people helped, but Amy was very instrumental in helping me with that. And I told her, I'll help you with your projects. You help me with this move. And of course she did. She would have done it anyway, even if she didn't have no projects. She's my best friend, but it just it made me feel better that I could say I would help you with projects. And she had been working on making a new barn door for her office, her home office, before COVID. And then things just sort of went different. And then life got busy and then she started doing other things. And so we had to finish some projects last summer for me and for her in order to make room to make the door. So this week we started, so far we've got the base and the rail up and ready to go. And then next we're going to build the door and then we'll put it up. So I'm super excited about that. I love doing projects with Amy. I mean, we're good to do projects together because I slow her down a little bit and because she goes real fast. And I'm going to ask you a ton of questions if I don't understand what you're talking about. And for those of you who have seen Amy and I talk, normally we're saying the same thing, but we're coming at it from different directions. And I'm like, I'm just going to wait until this circles back around. She's like, no, I'm going to explain it. I was like, I think we're the same. I think we're just, I think we're saying the same thing backwards sometimes, but it makes for a good team because I'm able to look at things in a different way than her. And then I've helped in ways where stuff she wouldn't have thought of or caught, just to have that second set of eyes. My main job is to get on a ladder and hold things while she screws and then hand her the screws. That's my main job, is holding stuff and passing stuff. I'm real good at it. I'm real good at it. But that's been fun because we've had that to do every night this week, actually. So every night when I get off from work, I go over to her house, which is what we were doing before. The goal actually is to do all of these projects so that we can get her garage cleaned out and make a home gym. So I'll be her personal trainer for free and I get her home gym for free. So we just have a few projects that we need to do before we can do that. We got a lot of them done this summer before she hurt her knee. And then when she had that, and she had more than one surgery last year. So I'm excited to be doing that again. So super fun. Hey, Diana, thanks for joining. I appreciate y'all being here. As a reminder, if you are a YouTuber and you would like to share your link in the chat, you can put in !PAL, P-A-L, and it will share your link with the group for those who are here live or for anyone watching the replay and catching the chat along with that. Which I know sometimes when people watch the replay, they just watch the replay or listen. I know a lot of people just listen to my replays, which is fine because visually I'm not doing very much. I'm just sitting here talking. So feel free to share your link if you'd like. It takes about 5 seconds to reset. So if it didn't capture yours, just put it in again. But community is important. Y'all are important. So I like for y'all to be able to share and get to know each other. And I've got a lot of good subscribers and people that, I love from other people. And so, if you're new here and you see someone that you are interested in getting to know or don't know, feel free to click on their link and subscribe. Uh-oh. Our dad joke is broken. Remote server returned code 500. Dang it. No dad joke? That's a shame. The links are working. It looks like I see Cheryl's and Marcy's link. So if you're out there and you'd like to share your link, feel free. While you're here live in the chat, obviously. Afterwards, I don't think it would work. Yeah, it's not working. That's a shame. Man, I'm still trying to learn this Notbot, guys. I still couldn't get the weather to work. I tried a test where it went live, but nobody could see. And I still couldn't get the weather to work either. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Sherry, I may have to reach out to you and see how you do that. What am I doing wrong? Yeah, I know. I love the dad jokes too. They're fun. And actually, that's part of why this week has been so fun. I love building stuff because it just makes me think of my dad. Because that's what he did. He built stuff. And I've spent a lot of time building stuff with him or watching him build stuff or being nearby while he was doing it and stuff. So anytime I get to build stuff or smell sawdust, it makes me think of my daddy. So, and I got to be with Amy, which is super fun. So, yeah, so that's pretty much what I've been doing this week is going over to her house every night and working on projects. I got to walk this weekend with Natasha in a new place. It was real nice. It wasn't a very long walk, but it was pretty fun. It was part of it was paved, part of it was trailed. So it was super easy. I mean, beginner level. It wasn't one of the better upkept ones. There was a lot of leaves, and sometimes you kind of had to pay attention to where the trail was. Like you you weren't going to walk into the middle of the woods or anything, but it was sometimes you're like, oh, there's the border. I'm on the wrong side of it. Get back inside the border, Misty. Because it's just so packed with leaves, it was hard to see. So I know it's that time of year too where that'll happen, but it feels like there was a lot, and maybe they should have taken a little bit better care of it. Yeah, Sherry needs to do a training class on how to make all that work. I don't know. It was working. Maybe it's just like it says, a remote error, because it calls out to a server to get the dad joke is how it works, or the cat fact or dog fact. I wonder if those are working. Anyway, so I got to do a walk this past weekend with Natasha, and I'm actually really excited because this coming up Saturday, I'm going to volunteer with Natasha because why did I get nervous even talking about it? Because I want to volunteer. I got to volunteer a couple times with my mom when I visited with her. I really liked it. I love to help people. I really do. Y'all know that, but people's scary a little bit. I'm sorry. I don't think y'all are scary, but I know y'all, and I don't know everybody, and people scary, and I don't know. No, it's fine. Anyway, so Natasha's finally doing one up here near me. So I signed up a few weeks ago to do it with her. So well, and then Coach is going to do something different for the Fit Squad. So I'm ending up going to go work out at a park, and then I'll drive across the street to Natasha. But I'm still super excited about that because it is a safe place for me because I know Natasha is involved. So I will be able to help a friend, Natasha, which I think I might be the only person helping her. She said I might be the only volunteer, which is fine with me. I'm working on these muscles for something. We're doing rain barrels. So for those of you who don't know, Natasha is into saving the whole world. That's an over exaggeration. I love Natasha. I'm sorry. I can't help myself. But she works for a nonprofit environmental agency, and they do rain barrels for people to collect rain, and just it's better for the environment. So that's what I'll be helping her with. But I'm super excited to do the Fit Squad workout. It'll be a different one because Coach will be doing a live workout with some ladies. But I'm excited about it because anytime I get to see her lead a different style of workout, it kind of teaches me how I would do that. And the group fitness is really what I'm into. In fact, I think I've said that'll probably be the next certification that I get is a group fitness certification because especially with women, a lot of women really like group workouts. And I do group workouts at home alone in my house or in my front yard. So I've led them even for the Fit Squad. Like I've been the instructor for some of the Fit Squad workouts and I've programmed the routine and everything myself, but it's still about myself in my own apartment, which is safe. But we're feeling the fear and we're doing it anyway. So I'm going to go volunteer with someone I know. But hey, I'm still going to volunteer. So I'm happy and pleased with myself for that. Hey, Michelle, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Yeah, it looks like all the cat facts, dog facts not working today. I don't know why. I guess maybe that just happens sometimes. We'll look at it. Yeah, Natasha is amazing. I love Natasha. Yeah, she just put out a video again today. She's going back and doing old vlogs, which is making me want to do it because Celine's been doing that too. If y'all don't know, Celine Ferocious is her channel. She's great. Because I have old videos that I was going through that time where I would film it, but then I didn't want to share. So now maybe I can go back and share some of those. But Natasha put out a video today from like last year when she went to Austin. But yeah, Natasha's great. She does have a channel. If you don't know her, it's Eco Fit and Fab, and she's started posting recently again. But yeah, that's fun. So I'm excited to start volunteering. Maybe I can do some more scarier versions after I get this one under my belt. I feel like I'm just getting all itchy even talking about it. It's fine. I'm not worried about this first one on Saturday. I'm really excited about that one. It's about thinking about trying to do it again. That freaks me out a little bit, but it's fine. It's fine. We're going to do it. We're going to get out there. And then, maybe one day we'll do group fitness I mean, I am going to actually have my first group workout in April because I'm going to go meet Coach and the boot camp girls, and I'll do a workout with them hopefully Thursday and Friday morning. It'll be different. I, I haven't ever done it. I think it'll be fun. I mean, I love doing the Zoom sessions because, especially on Saturday, because we get to talk. But Michelle says she's on day 2 of your keto restart. Good luck with that. I'm sure you know what to do because you've done it before. It's just that consistently sticking with it. That's the hard part, but you can do that too. Just take some discipline. Mary says she likes to volunteer. You're just a wonderful person overall, my friend. So nobody's probably surprised to hear that you like to volunteer. I like the thought of it because I like helping people. Everything else about it's a little bit scary, but that's fine. Michelle says send her new rescue camo some good vibes. He's sick. They tell you it's treatable. 2 kinds of worms and heartworms. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, heartworms are treatable. It can be expensive and it can be quite a hard thing for them to recover from. I think they basically have to treat it like we treat cancer. Like they almost have to kill them to be able to bring them back to kill the worms sometimes, depending on or the heartworms at least, depending on how bad they are. So yeah, good vibes for camo to heal safely and quickly. I've actually been feeling pretty good the last 2 weeks because the weather's cleared up a bit. It's starting to feel like spring. The weather's between like 50 and 80 degrees on any given day. We haven't had too much rain, so I've had a bit of congestion, but I'm feeling much better than I had been. I have my ENT appointment in March, so we'll see what they say. I don't know. We've been, I might have talked about this before. I don't remember, but Amy and I, we walk right outside my apartment. Like it's about a 1/4 mile walk, and then there's a 2-mile loop. Which is one of the reasons why I picked this place to have such easy access to a walking path. But there was a dead deer in the ravine that we basically walk around it the way it's set up. And we walked by it and she was like, it stinks, it's disgusting, that's horrible. And I was like, I don't smell anything. So the next day we walked on Thursday, so like 2 days later, the smell was worse. And then they moved the deer finally after like a week and a half of her smelling it every time. Uh, and it was always on one side of the path. And then when we would get to the other side, we could actually see the deer, but she's like, it didn't smell. So today we were walking, the deer's now been gone for like a week, and we were walking past, or no, not a week, like since Tuesday. So just like 2 days. We were walking past on the other side, and she's like, no, that side just stinks. And I'm still just sitting there going, I smell nothing. Sometimes I can taste bad smells, if that makes sense. Like I can tell the air has changed and there's something weird in the air. Like I almost taste smell more than I smell, if that makes, I don't even know if that makes sense unless you don't have smell. You use all of your senses for anything, right? I think, well, not all of them, but you often use multiple senses in any sensation. But I'm more taste it, but I couldn't even taste the bad smell in those. So poor Amy's been having to suffer for the last few weeks of dead deer smell, and I just walk through like it's nothing. However, that shows just how bad my smeller is, which I think must be something's wrong, and probably something has been wrong my whole life. So I'm going to go to the ENT and I'm going to get it checked. And I'm sure there will be more follow-up appointments and more testing. So more to come on that, but that's what's coming up in March. And then I have my gastro appointment in April. I actually have a consult. I'll actually have a consult over the phone while I'm in North Carolina at some point. To talk to them and see what I can do about my stomach upset. So I've been taking Prilosec for like a little over or right at 2 weeks. And that's been helping a ton. And so I tried to go without it, and my stomach just instantly started to try to reject food again. So I started taking it again. They say don't take it for too long, but my appointment's in April. So I'm going to talk to them about it and see what they say because it has been a game changer. It has helped so much with my stomach upset. Oh, yeah, he has to do infusions for the heartworms. Diana says it sounds gross. You taste the smell, but it doesn't taste well. I mean, I have actually, I was gonna say I've smelled a skunk. I've tasted skunk. It did actually leave like a weird, like taste in my mouth, even. Um, but this deer, I couldn't smell it. So, but yeah, luckily this one didn't take, or didn't taste bad. I couldn't smell it or taste it. So we're gonna try to see if we can get that fixed. I'd rather be able to smell something if it stinks. In fact, that's kind of one of my like weird. I'm always constantly worried about: do I stink? Does my surroundings stink? Do the dogs stink? Because I don't know. I can't tell. My mom owns a candle factory, guys. And she would have me smell so many candles, and I just take like a big old whiff. I'm like, she's like, nothing. I was like, no, I don't get anything out of it. I'm sorry. I'm sure it's real strong. Or I was with Deanna at the where were we? At the arch exhibit, I think. And I think what was that? Like cholera or something, or the Black Plague. And I opened it up. I got my nose right up in it. I'm like, and I turned around and Deanna's like, I can smell it from here. So I closed it. So, I mean, do I necessarily want to be able to smell bad smells? I mean, not really. I mean, I don't feel like I'm missing it when I don't have to smell the stink, but I do kind of want to know just so one, maybe I wouldn't be so worried about it all the time. Hey, Gina's here. Thanks for showing up, Gina. Happy Thursday. Michelle said she worked for a PT who loved the smell of a skunk. I didn't smell it, but I didn't like the taste of it. It left a sour taste in my mouth. Diana says, you're sure your friends would tell you it's a great community. Yeah, I'm sure Amy would tell me if I stunk. I hope so. She has told me that my house has smelled like a gym before. So I try to take better care of that now, too. I sweat a lot. It's just the truth. I'm a sweater, guys. I sweat a ton. So, Mary, if I stink, let me know because I won't be able to know. But the good news for everybody else is you could come and be stinky. You could have not showered in a week. I wouldn't know the difference. Sometimes I can smell cologne or I can smell if someone has a different scent. I couldn't even necessarily tell you if it's good or bad. That's why I always try to like smell on the taste test because sometimes I can get a whiff of something and it's like, oh, I got a smell on it. Most of the time, y'all know. For those of you who watch, I'm like, got nothing. These actually smell like I can smell a lot of these fruity ones. I can smell the strawberry in it. I can't smell the watermelon, but I can smell strawberry. I wanted to make myself another tea, but I didn't have time and I was already running late. And Gina says, I don't know, Gina. Gina says, once I get my sniffer fixed, maybe I'll love the taste of Alani. I don't know what it is with that brand, man. And so many people love it. I saw Jess Kaplan say she also does not love it. She thinks it's kind of gross. It's weird. Y'all know I love an energy drink. A sweet drink is my downfall. So, I mean, I do them sugar-free now, which has helped, but like if I have a strong vice, it's sweet drinks. I love a sweet drink. Carbonated is even better. Not necessary, but it's even better. In fact, my new drink that I accidentally fell in love with, I had bought. So y'all know, well, y'all may not know, but anyway, the Alanis are still gross. Maybe they'll be better, but I can't think. I just can't think that it would be any better. I think it may be worse. I'm afraid some of these may get worse. Things will taste better when I can smell them. Maybe that's why I don't care about what I eat. Dinah says then you'll get your smeller fixed. Then you say, "Dang, you stink." Yeah. Yeah, don't come stinking around me if I get my smeller fixed. Michelle says she only likes the cherry slush and the witch's brew. Those are the only two so far that I've actually been able to finish the can. But I'll tell you, it was hard to finish that cherry slush because I let it get warm, and it was even worse. Because I thought sometimes if you let a drink get warm, it gets better. Like oftentimes rain, there's something about rain that the warmer it gets, the better it gets. Like it's not as intense. I let this one sit out and then I tried it again and it was worse. Because I had it before we went on our walk. So we went on our walk. I walked with Natasha. We went to IHOP because neither one of us were feeling very food adventurous. We had looked up some local places to eat, and some of the pictures we couldn't even tell what food that was. So we're like, let's go to a place where we know what food we're going to be able to get. It may not be the best out there, but we got it. It was actually a really crappy T-bone is what I got. Sometimes at IHOP, it's always the flavor's good, but their T-bones, sometimes you get a really rough cut. Anyway, I'm all over the place this evening. I don't like the Alani. I don't think smelling it better is going to help. Oh, but my new favorite drink. So I went to HEB. So I have my coffee every morning to get my creatine and collagen. But y'all know I don't like coffee. I don't want it to taste like that. So I use creamer. It's the truth. And I'm okay with that. I mean, my dad would tell you I don't drink coffee because I flavor it. But I found this Twix coffee creamer and I was like, ooh, that sounds really good. I'm gonna get that. I mean, chocolate and caramel, that sounds really good. That's basically what a Twix is, right? I put it in the coffee. Disgusting. Hated it. Nope. Hard pass. I was like, I'm not even going to be able to use this creamer. It's gross. It made it taste more like coffee. So if you like coffee, try the Twix creamer if you like chocolate and caramel. But then I was like, I have this whole thing of creamer. What am I going to do? And then I was making myself a chai tea, which is something I have almost every day. And I was like, ooh, chocolate and caramel and chai tea? That may be delicious. Guys, it's a banger. Oh, it's so good. It's so delicious. I went and bought another bottle of creamer just because when it's a fun, limited time flavor like that, they'll often sell out of them. I'm like, I want to at least have a couple of these. And the creamers are good for like a month or two. So I was going to make me one for this live stream as a special treat, but I didn't have time to brew the tea. Anyway, so if you like chai tea and you like caramel and chocolate, put your little splash of the creamer in your chai tea. It's real good. Hey, Ron, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Happy Thursday. I hope you're recovering well from all of your recent surgeries and things, Ron. Anyway, so that's kind of been my week. What I have coming up. I'm not going to be helping Amy next week because she has her grandson every other week. So we won't be doing anything not next week, but maybe I'll do some editing of videos and put more out. I'm still working on that ropes one. I kind of want to make it fun, and then I just I'm real hard on myself. It's a shocker if y'all hadn't figured that out yet. I can tend to be real hard on myself. So we'll see what I end up putting out, but I will put it out because I was so proud of that day. It was so much fun, and I want to share. So Ron says he's better. Went for 2 walks this week. Still not 100%, but we'll take better, Ron, and we'll take you walking. I know you really, really enjoy your walks, so I'm glad to hear that you're able to get out there and do those again. It's been so nice for the walks in the morning. One, because it's finally not pitch black at 6:30 when we walk. Like the sky is already kind of bright when we walk now, which is nice. We walked in the middle of the dark. In the middle of the dark? Whatever. You know what I mean? But it is nice. And again, having that nice, cool weather, it's been nice to walk outside. I'm glad Amy does it with me because I probably wouldn't do it by myself. But I do think it's nice to get out there and enjoy it. And then, of course, I do a lot of my steps on my jumpaline because I love it. I love it so much. It's so much fun. It has really helped me maintain my energy throughout the day because whenever I'm feeling a lull, I get up there and I just bounce for a couple of minutes. And man, it just really releases those endorphins. It gets your body moving. It's been really, really a big benefit for me. I was going from averaging like 5 or 6 hours out of 12 hours where I would get steps Like I'd go 2 or 3 hours with not even 250 steps. I might get 50 coming here to the bathroom and back or something like that, but there would be hours at a time. So that's something in my stamina. That's my word of the year for this year is stamina. So in increasing my stamina, one thing I'm trying to do is stay more active throughout the day. And I think it's helped mentally, physically, in all those ways. And the rebounder that I have has really helped a lot with that because my knees don't hurt. Diana says, definitely hard on yourself. You think you all can be. Yeah, I think a lot of us are hard on themselves. I tend to be overly critical. I'm working on myself. I'm not as critical as I used to be, but I still have my moments. Gina says her sweet tooth got you and you ate a brownie. Almost 2 months with no refined sugar. Big mistake. Your body felt like it was trembling. Is that normal? Yeah, you were having a sugar rush. I felt that way when I had a marshmallow. I had a whole marshmallow. I was like, that's just one marshmallow. Girl, I was buzzing. I was like, woo! It's, and the sad thing is when it's gone through your system, it makes you want more. Sugar makes you want more sugar. I mean, what are we doing down there? Sorry. Oh, it's Ruby. I thought I heard something beneath me. I didn't even know she was at my feet. Um, but yeah, sugar will do that to you. If I have too much sugar, especially if it's just like sugar, like if I were to have some fruit and so there's some fiber in it or carbs that, have some fiber in those too sometimes, but it's just a different fuel source. It doesn't bother me as bad. But I mean, that marshmallow is like straight up sugar. And boy, I was buzzing. Ron said he noticed it was still out at 6 tonight, and you have 50s coming next week. Yeah, it hopefully will still be light outside after my live stream, and I can take the dogs for another walk. I'm excited about that. Not that I mind walking them. I actually normally walk them early in the morning and later at night just because there aren't other dogs out, and mine are not dog friendly. They will bark at everybody. In fact, maintenance had to come today to move the refrigerator to see I had some roaches, and that's not acceptable. So I had them come spray yesterday, and we found a water leak, but they were able to fix it really easy. And we might have accidentally caused it when we moved the fridge, trying to see he wanted to put some stuff down there for the bugs. Anyway, Misty, get it back together. Why did you start talking about bugs? Oh no, I lost my train of thought. That's fine. It's talking about the weather, and then I have no idea. Why was I talking about maintenance coming and the dogs? Oh, I was talking about the dogs, and maybe that's why I was talking about maintenance. Because I have to hold Ruby until they come in, and then I put her down, and boy, she just runs right up to him and just barks, barks, barks. She doesn't do anything, and they both know her. And they just both are like, Ruby, it's okay, Ruby. Until she calms down and then ignores them. I think that's all I had to say about that. Anyway, Dinah says she just started the Life Pro vibration machine. It's supposed to help rehab. It's helping, I believe. You know what? Dogs barking. Thanks, Cheryl. Yeah, the dogs they did bark at like they're just crazy ferocious, but they don't do anything. Luckily, thank God, Ruby got out the other night. I was trying to take him for a walk, and again, I messed up the routine, and she got loose. And one of my neighbors came out. Luckily, it was a neighbor that I know and Ruby has met her, but she didn't just like run over to greet her like she was happy to see her. She ran barking ferociously the whole way. So she just sat down and like put her hands out, and as soon as Ruby got up to her, she licked her. I was like, I'm so glad you know her, because she sounds vicious. She is an attack dog. She is my protector. I don't need it. You're little tiny. They're good dogs. And under the kitchen set. I don't know what that is. I don't know what he put, but he put some stuff behind the refrigerator. That's why he wanted to move it. Because literally I've seen like 3 little bitty tiny baby ones. But if there's a little bitty tiny baby one, there's a mama that had that and 100 more. And so as soon as I see one, I call. Otherwise, I try to stay on like an every 3-month schedule just for kind of maintenance. I ain't doing that again. I've lived in a place where they were bad. I'm not doing that. We're not doing that here. Anyway, so it was funny though, because I had not even called the apartments yet to tell them because I was swamped busy today. The last 2 days have been, I mean, it's fun. I love my team and the things that we're getting to do, but oh my God, it takes all day. It's really, I'm so tired right now, guys. I feel like I could go to sleep just because it's a lot of on camera present. I have my trainers present things to me. This week, I got a very good presentation on how to do nail polish. If you're interested, I know way more than I ever even knew about nail polish. Oh my God, there's so many kinds, and there's. Did you know they make like a kids nail polish that like you can practice with that don't even it just comes off like glue or something. Anyway, I know too much about it. It was a great presentation. She did real good. Anyway, I've been letting them kind of do their own things when they want to. Uh, so it's been really fun, but it's a lot of energy to be entertaining and high energy, sort of like I am on these live streams, hopefully, for 8 hours a day. So I'm a little tired, but it's fine. Yeah, if you see 3, there are 50 more. Yes, that's what I believe about these roaches. So pick it up at any garden center. I'm not sure what he put down. He put down something. And we just had another neighbor move. And it seems like anytime someone moves, that's when they come. So anyway, let's talk about the topic of the evening. Because now we've talked about my week and kind of got caught up with me and where I am and what I'm doing. So I always like to talk about something that is of interest to me or that has been on my mind. And I like to get y'all's take on it because I like to hear varying opinions. We had a good discussion last week about habit tracking, and I was curious if anybody had ever tried to track bad habits to eliminate them versus tracking good habits that you want to add. And some people had, and some people said that it worked for them. Sherry said in certain situations it works for her. Deanna, Deanna actually made a very good point. She said it wouldn't work for her because she wouldn't do the discipline to herself. Like she wouldn't actually make herself be in trouble for not doing it. So why would she do that, right? And that's a great call out that you know if you know that about yourself. But something that's come up in a lot of just different scenarios, what I'd kind of like to know is, do you consider yourself a good multitasker? Either in your personal life or for those of you who work. I don't know why I'm so itchy tonight, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just like scratching everywhere. I don't know what's up. But do you think you're a good multitasker? So, I mean, the basic definition of multitasking is, doing multiple things at the same time. I'm not going to get into the whole part of multitasking where that's a myth and you can't even do that. But so let me clarify my definition of multitasking, because it's literally impossible for you to do two things at once. Like you can't do that. It's just, you can't do that. You can do multiple things in quick sequence, one after the other at the same time, right? So is it at the same time? No, but within a duration of time, you may complete multiple tasks or work on multiple tasks at a time. So Cheryl says she believes she's a good multitasker. Can I ask why, like what qualities do you think help make you a good multitasker, if you can think of it? Because here's the thing. Lori says, yes, she has to be for her job. So again, same question, Lori. Or if anyone says they don't think they're a good multitasker, but I'm curious, what do you think helps in that? Because here's the conversation that I've been having a lot recently is, well, one, multitasking it's not a thing, but having multiple things. See, Mama says it's her strength. So I find that so interesting and I was having a conversation with members of my team about multitasking and how they struggle with it sometimes. And so they asked me, they're like, well, Misty, you have so many things on your plate. How do you multitask? And I was like, well, I don't. And they're like, well, no, we know multitasking is a myth because it's sometimes I have jokes and I tell them at work too. um, they're like, wait, no, I was like, no, I don't. If I am being productive, I am not multitasking. Because when I multitask, I lose all productivity. And that's different for people, I guess, because and I can give some examples of even in the mundane where I have trouble multitasking because, for instance, last night Amy and I were working on our project, and it happened more than once, and she knows me very well and we communicate very well, but she was telling me something, and then I went to my phone to either look up something or like convert something. I don't remember what I had grabbed my phone for, and then she continued to talk. And I was like, stop. I was like, I cannot listen to you and do this at the same time. So she just waited for me to finish. And then I gave her the answer. And then I was looking up something on Google. Now I remember what it was. Anyway, I gave it. And then I'm like, okay, what were you going to say? Of course she'd forgotten, because that also happens because it made her wait. And then she's like, I don't know what I was going to say. I was like, well, hopefully it'll come back. That's the chance you take. But I'm one of those people where I'm not efficient if I'm working on multiple things at once. I lose all efficiency. If I'm working on 6 things, I'm not working on one thing well. I'm working on 6 things badly. And for me, not multitasking is very efficient and it works really well. Might I have 6 things that I need to do? Yes. And I have so many lists. I was about to pull out some of my work lists, but I don't want anything confidential to maybe accidentally show on screen. I have to-do lists. So am I working on 6 things today? Yes. One at a time. I'll be on a meeting and people will be doing other things, obviously multitasking, which means you're not listening to the meeting. You're doing something else. So you're not doing this well. So I'm curious, for those of you who think you're strong at mom, right? What techniques do you do that you think make you efficient and effective at it? Because I just cannot. If I'm on a meeting, I'm listening to the meeting. I may chat, but I know if I'm chatting, I'm probably going to miss when they call my name in a meeting. I mean, it happens. I'm sure it happens to all of us because we all of us think we're really good multitaskers, and I'm not saying that you're not. And again, by multitasking, I just mean you're working on multiple things all at once. I feel like if I work on 5 things, I'm doing 5 things badly. If I'm working on one thing, I'm doing that one thing, crushing it. And then I'll work on another thing, crushing it. Working on 2 things, they're both. So, okay. Now that I've said my piece, let me go back and read the chat. Mama says she remembers the kids and I was working with them to be able to grab one who was running out of the room. What? Remember the kid you were working with them and be able to. I remember chasing him down the hall. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. I remember because I can't multitask. And so, yes, I had to chase special needs children down the hall because he got away from me because I can't do more than one thing at once. And I'm not saying I'm going to, or that I'm just really curious about it. Lori says for her, it's more knowing how to prioritize tasks effectively. So are you actually working on multiple tasks, or do you break down your tasks into individual tasks throughout the day to get multiple tasks in a day done? Mary says she works with several customers at the same time. Depending who is a priority gets the most attention, the others come after the priority. So you're not multitasking. Okay, not multitasking, juggling, right? So, okay. Cheryl says if you're familiar with what you're multitasking, crush it. Something new, maybe not so much. That's true too. I get your point on that because there are certain meetings that I am more likely to answer a chat during because I know this meeting, it has the same flow. 95% of the time, they don't have a question for me right here, and I don't need this information for the betterment of my job or my people. So I will then answer another question. But then some calls, I'm like, if I'm not paying attention, they're going to tell me something and I'm going to miss it. And it's going to be on me because I'm obviously sitting here on camera in this meeting looking like I'm paying attention. So, yeah, I mean, I get your point on that. It is easier to multitask or put things together at the same time or close in succession if you're more familiar with them. Mama says she's always aware of things around you. No, nope. I lose all things around me when I have to focus on something. Gina says she's not a big multitasking person, a bunch of unfinished starts. But do you think you have a bunch of unfinished starts because you're trying to multitask? I'm really just curious about, like I said, I want to talk about things that I find interesting, and I know a lot of people are different than me, and I find it fascinating. And so I want to know what y'all think and where y'all. Because if you ask me, am I a good multitasker? I would say no. But I mean, basically, this is what happened. My team says I'm great at it because I juggle multiple clients, multiple trainers, multiple calls. I feel like I've never I'm just doing one thing at a time. I break it down into little tiny baby chunks and then take chunk A and then chunk B. And sometimes you have to go to chunk S because chunk S jumped up and screamed fire. Oh, dang it, chunk S, come here. Let me get you put out real fast. And then you go back and you're back up at D or wherever I left off because I've already forgotten. Because I'm not actually using the list right now, so I don't have a good memory. I don't have a good memory. I have lists. Maybe that's it. Lori says, you've had 3 people asking you things at once and you can hear them all and rattle off the answers quickly. Yeah, nope, there's not a chance. If one of you's talking to me, nobody else is getting heard. Mary says you get too involved in the task and don't move until it's done, then move on to the next. And Gina says exactly, if you start something, you have to finish it and then move to the next. Or you end up with a lot of little tiny projects. Yeah. And the reason that I've been thinking about it, when I didn't really say before, well, that's what I mean. That is multitasking. It is throughout the day, because I'm doing multiple things throughout the day, but I'm never doing multiple things really at once. I mean, if you're like talking and walking or talking and working out, I like those things. You're doing them obviously at the same time, but some of that it's not task oriented, right? So yeah, that's what I do. I stop, put out the fire, and then go back. If S shows up on fire, I put them out and then I go back. But I can't also still be looking at or thinking about D if I'm putting out fire S. D just goes like they're not even in my thought or my consciousness at that point. I'm just focused on fire over here at S. But the reason that I ask or the reason that it's sort of come up for me is not really work related, but more personal related, in that there are so many things that I want to work on. Like for the last several months, one of my big focuses has been my posture. And I really think my posture has improved a ton. Like I can feel it. And I still wear my posture corrector that I have. I try to wear it for a few hours, at least 2 or 3 days a week. And even in wearing that, I can remember when I first started wearing it, like the strap didn't even go down very low, and I was always so sore through my shoulders. And now it's easily an inch or two farther back now, and it's really not even that uncomfortable. But it does remind me sometimes, like, oh, you're too far forward, roll those shoulders back. But there's like so many different health related things that I want to work on. And I feel like I'm not doing any of them successfully because I'm trying to do them all at the same time. So that's why I was asking if y'all have tips. And I know maybe this isn't a crazy idea, but I'm real good with my physical therapy because it's exercises that I have in a plan. And like I write a plan for my mom and my aunt whenever they need it. Maybe I need to write me a plan because I feel like, because what happens is I'll be focusing on posture and then I'll notice something else, like my shoulder got hurt. Then I kind of stopped doing all my posture exercises because now I'm doing my shoulder. My posture still could use some work, but it's like I switched to a different task and we forgot that one existed. I mean, do I just maybe I need to be a tracker? Oh crap! Am I talking myself into tracking stuff? Because maybe I need to write it down. Mm, I want tips. Not that I'm going to use any of y'all's tips for the record. By the way, I hate to say that, but I just want y'all to know that I ask for tips because I am interested and curious in ways that people do it. And that doesn't mean I'm going to use any of them because I don't know if they'll work for me or not, but I am curious. Oh, I'm glad, Mom. The plan has helped tremendously. So I'm wondering, do I need to write my own plan? I mean, obviously, I'll still do the walks with Amy and the boot camp and the fit squad with Coach, but I do extra outside of that on my own just for different things. Because I feel like I want to do all of them. I want to get them all. I want to get them all worked on, and then I'm working on one, and I forget about everything else that I was working on, and that just continuously happens. And so, again, I don't really consider myself a multitasker. I really don't, because don't even like talk to me if I'm trying to do something else, because I'm not going to be listening to you. My brain just is like, I can't do that. Don't you see that I'm already engaged in an activity? You're asking me to do something else? Crazy person. But I am good at work with handling multiple clients, multiple deadlines, multiple people, multiple different personalities, multiple styles of meetings, like I'm good at that. But I feel like I do them one at a time. So do I need to like, because I feel like my posture is never going to be fixed. There's nothing to fix. And I feel like it's better. And then I kind of move on. So write myself a weekly plan. Maybe. Or maybe, yeah, maybe. Mary says she never listens and I don't either. Yeah, that's true. But if it's because I'm talking, I'm not going to hear you. If I'm doing something else, I'm not listening to you anymore. If I'm doing another activity, please know I am not hearing what you're saying. I used to have an ex-girlfriend who would get so mad at me about that because I'd be like in the living room reading a book and she would come in and start talking. And then the next thing I know, I hear my name. I'm like, huh? She's like, did you hear anything I just said to you? I was like, did you say my name? Have y'all heard me? Y'all, for some of you who know me know that. I'll be like, but did you say my name? Because if you don't get my attention, I'm not listening to you. I'm doing something else. I was like, no, I didn't hear anything you said. She's like, who did you think I was talking to? I was like, maybe somebody on the phone. I don't know. Didn't you see I was reading a book? That's probably why we're not together anymore. But that's one of the many reasons. But I was like, no, I can't. So at least Amy knows when I'll be like, I'm on the phone. She knows, oh. Or sometimes she'll be like, okay, but I'm going to tell you about this. So that, because we'll forget. So at least then we'll know what she was going to talk about once I am ready to talk about it again. Yeah, very funny, but also truthful. She doesn't listen and neither do I. We both talk a ton and neither one of us listen to nothing. I should make a plan. Yeah, if I like lists, maybe a plan will help. I don't know why I never thought of writing like my own like workout plan for me. But I'm beginning to think that in theory, I feel like that should work because then I can have a list of everything that I want to work on. Like I know I'm working on shoulder mobility and strengthening. Because I feel so loose in my shoulders that I'm going to get hurt. And I've been working on like my rotator cuff with all my PT as well. But then posture I want to work on. I feel like my ankles are weak. and that's preventing me from being able to do certain things. So like I want to work on all these things, but then I work on one and then I stop and then I work on something else and then I stop and then I work on something else. And I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing, because obviously I'm much healthier and in much better shape than I was, In fact, I just had my 2-year Fit Squad anniversary last week. That was another big thing, and I forgot about it. But I've now been, Kirsten's officially been my coach for 2 years. So I've been working out. It'll be 3 years in May that I've been working out. Well, technically April 1st. So almost 3 years that I've been doing some type of fitness, but really dedicated to it for the last year and a half. I started with a coach 2 years ago, just on Saturday. And then in July, I started the dailies. So, but I'm obviously in such better shape. So like it's working, right? I'm progressing, but I feel like I just keep hitting stall after stall after stall. But I also feel like that's because I don't see anything through. But I see the benefit of working on them all at the same time, but I lose track. And so maybe I need to do my own workout plan. That's a good idea. Cheryl says, if you are creating your each day of fitness, include which day you want to add the extras. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe because I do my knee exercises and my shoulder exercises, maybe I could work back in my posture exercises. So maybe on certain days of the week or on certain days of the month or something, then I can work on all of the things, just not all of the things every day. See, this is why I love y'all, because I get to talk about things that are really hard for me that other people seem to excel at, and I can't figure out how to make it work. And it's been frustrating me. And I guess I was just so shocked when my team said they all thought like one of the areas that I excel in is multitasking. And I laughed out loud when they said that. And then I was like, y'all are serious? I was like, I don't multitask. I do one thing at a time. They're like, but you have so many clients and so many calls and so many reports and you're juggling all these things all at the same time. I'm like, no, I'm doing them all one at a time. All one at a time. Sometimes something will throw me off track, and it's very easy for me. And I think maybe that's what happens is in work, I have the list. So if I'm on C and S throws out a fire, I know to come back, finish C, and then move to D. In my personal life, I don't have that. Deanna's going to be so excited. Deanna, I may be tracking something. Lori said you would think your ankles would be strong as hell with all that jumping. Well, I jump on the trampoline, but I don't jump anywhere else. I do everything low impact. And I honestly think, and the reason that I think, I don't know, it's, I feel like I want to show y'all. But like, okay, I'm just going to do it. Because like, I notice when I work out, like anytime, y'all can see most of me. But like even when I'm raising I notice my feet just want to just like be dangling. And I'm like, I have to make sure my foot is solid again before I step down. Otherwise my foot wants to hang down and low. And I'm always constantly trying to make sure I have my foot in the right position. And I do think that's why I can't jump well, is because my ankles aren't very strong. I don't even know if that made any sense. I don't know if you can see what I'm talking about or if I can only feel it, but Miss T with the T. Hello. Thanks for joining. I've seen you over at Tasharia's, Frugal Mama's place. Thanks for stopping by a live stream. I appreciate you coming through. We're almost done for tonight, though, but maybe you can catch another one. I'm live every Thursday at 5 p.m. Central, and then hope to have some more videos out. I'm trying to always put out a video on Tuesday. That's sort of what I've been shooting for. So probably New Favorites, Epic Disasters. And then if I do have something fun, or maybe I will go back and do some of those vault videos, they'll probably come out on Fridays or Saturdays. So we'll look into that. But I really do appreciate the topic of conversation and y'all having it with me, even though, it took a while to get there. But I like to update y'all on my life too. That's what these live streams are for me, is just kind of let y'all know what I'm up to, what I'm doing. because I'm real boring and I do the same things all the time, but I try to make it interesting every week when I tell it to y'all. But I also like it because we're all different. And I feel like y'all exceed in so many things that I struggle in, and then y'all feel like I exceed in so many things that you struggle in. So share, what do you think makes you good at it, right? Why do you think you're good at it? Because if you ask me why I think I'm good at with what I've done with weight loss, is discipline. 100%. That's all it is. I do the same things every day. I heard a rule of two where you can't ever have two bad things. Like you can't ever have two bad workouts. You can't ever have two bad meals. You can mess up. Just don't do it again in the next one. And you may mess up again in the future. Don't let it derail you, right? So discipline for me is how I do that. But I like to ask y'all for ways that y'all excel in things that I don't feel like I'm good at. And I've felt recently, personally, in my own health and well-being, I'm doing all the right things by going to the doctor to get all of those worked out, like my sense of smell and things that we talked about. But I feel like I get very distracted in the fitness area of things that I want to work on because I didn't work on them for such a long time. And to be honest, I need a lot of work, and that's the truth. And I'm okay with that. And I'm ready to put in the work. But I get distracted. So it makes it hard. Yeah, thanks, Cheryl. Cheryl says, don't forget to smash that like button before you leave. Gina says, you had multiple ankle sprains growing up. Heels, forget about it. Yeah. Oh, I definitely don't wear heels, but that's just a personal thing. Yeah, I feel like all of my joints, I forget who I was telling this. Maybe it was Mary and the girls, or maybe it was Amy. But I feel like my joints are loose. Like all of my joints are loosey goosey. Like I don't have any stabilization in any of my joints. And I think it's just because they were busy carrying around way too much weight for so long that I just need to strengthen them. But I get distracted and I notice something else. And then we're doing something else and I notice something else. And then I want to work on that. And then I want to work on this. And so what I'm going to work on is making my own self a plan. Thanks for that, guys. I really do appreciate that. But with that, thanks for your help. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming to my live stream and making my life better in more ways than one. Like this video if you like it, dislike it if you didn't, subscribe if you know how, and comment down below. If you're a good multitasker, you got any other tips that you think may help me? And until next time, I'll see you real soon. Good night, everybody. Have a great weekend. We'll see you again next Thursday.